Okay, let's go. Go straight to the left. Thank you. You're welcome.
चल चल
360 डिग्री स्काई योगा देखो ना योगा करियो पूरा अलग प्रकार बतौन देवा बॉडी ହେଲା
चल चला
कौन फोटो उठो
Go and watch you standing.
Of the city, we don't have a fourth side. Fourth side is the lake. So the three white stripes are to honor the north, south, and west sides. The four six-sided red stars are to honor the four most important events in Chicago's history. We'll talk about all of them on our tour today. The first red star is to honor the first Fort Dearborn from 1803. Second red star is to honor the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. Third red star is to honor the World's Fair of 1893 held in Chicago on the south side along the lakefront. And the last red star is to honor the World's Fair of 1933 to 34, the Century of Progress World's Fair, also held along the lakefront. The Planetarium and the Shed Aquarium are the two structures from the 1930s World's Fair held in Chicago. That's what all we'll talk about for that last World's Fair, the 30s World's Fair. The 1890s World's Fair is a lot more fun. On the left-hand side, as we pass this corner, you'll see two gray double doors. There's two sets of the gray double doors, one set on our side, one set on the other side. Those doors you'll see in a moment. Who was DuSable? Well, DuSable was Chicago's first non-native permanent resident. DuSable was the French-speaking son of a French privateer and a self-freed Haitian woman. DuSable was born in modern-day Haiti, which was then the French colony of Saint-Domingue, came up to Chicago. Each of those five tallest buildings in Chicago is over 1,000 feet tall. Like this building here on the left-hand side. I know the sun's in our eyes a little bit. There's a lot of marble buildings in New York City if anyone's from there, but not true in Chicago. Chicago has very extreme temperatures. So in the summer we go over 100 degrees. In the winter it gets colder than Mars. So all that marble started chipping, buckling, falling off. By 1992. So that's the Wrigley Building. So that building was inspired by Spanish cathedral in Spain. You'll see some little temples here on the left-hand side. See that building with that big dome and the temples on the corners? Those temples on the corners I'm pointing at are called Tempietos. As well as when the Wrigley Building was built, using elements of Italian or Spanish or as we'll see French architecture. While in the 1920s, the young United States did not yet have its own strong sense of beauty, but instead looked to Europe for aesthetic inspiration. So we call this European-driven style of architecture popular in the early and middle 1920s, the European Revivalist. Or see this black boxy building on the right? AMA Building, an example of black box modernism from the 60s, designed by the father of black box modernism, Ludwig Mies van der Rohe. Mies van der Rohe's very famous motto was "Less is more." This is a very simple style of architecture popular in the 60s. Mies van der Rohe fled Germany in the 30s, came to Chicago, and taught architecture at IIT on the south side. There are over 60 black boxes like this in Chicago due to Mies van der Rohe's influence. We'll go from the early 70s to the late 60s now here on the right-hand side. See these twin core towers on the right? Most photographed structures in the city of Chicago. Was constructed. It's an example of a style of architecture popular in the late 1920s, called the style of Art Deco. This building has three elements of Art Deco we've seen before. See those soaring, we'll see over and over again, not before. See these soaring vertical.
It's you and me, hey, it's what you need, hey. I got it now. I okay, baby, nothing really lasts forever. For now, let's run towards the sun. Think it'd be better if you don't let me, don't let me, don't let me go. Why you make my heart beat faster when we get close? Just take my hand, baby, let's lose control. Even if it's a disaster, I gotta know.
Head from the front and the back, the 8th floor becomes the first floor. The building is only 39 feet wide. Right, that very distinctive Y shape. Reducing the sway due to the wind. Below the building are caissons, steel reinforced concrete pillars that extend 100 feet below all the mud, several feet into the bedrock, actually screwing into the bedrock. So the building may look like it's standing upright on its own. That's all an illusion. The building is held up by the water sloshing around the top, and the caissons holding it upright from below. Without that water at the top and caissons below, that building falls right over. Bank of America Tower, you're on the left-hand side.
It's you and me, babe, it's what you need, babe. I gotta know. I gotta know right now. I gotta know right now. You're not the one when it's said and done. It's okay, baby, nothing really lasts forever. For now, let's run towards the sun. Think it'd be better if you don't let me, don't let me, don't let me go. Why you make my heart beat faster when we get close? Just take my hand, baby, let's lose control. Even if it's a disaster, I gotta know. It's you and me, hey, it's what you need, hey. I gotta know. I gotta know right now. I gotta know right now.
Ballard Tower.
You're not the one when it's said and done. It's okay, baby, nothing really lasts forever. For now, let's run towards the sun. Think